Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today I'm going to be doing a little first impressions with the new Urban Decay Stoned Vibes eyeshadow palette. I did get this sent to me in PR. I actually just got it today and I had some time, so I felt like filming with it. I believe that I'm uploading this on August 30th, which is the day that it's launching on Urban Decay's website. I think it'll be launching a little later on all the other retailers. I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to check like Urban Decay's Instagram for more information on that, but it is launching on their website today, August 30th, the day that I'm uploading this. This video is in no way sponsored. They did not ask me to make this video. I'm just doing it on my own free will because you guys seemed excited about this palette and I wanted to film with it for you. I do plan on doing an IGTV video with this at some point, and I will probably include this in a new makeup get ready with me style video as well, and I will be including this in my new makeup PR roundup review video earlier next month. The outside is actually stunning. I really like this just stoned, beautiful glitziness on the front. It is raised, so it's not a perfect flat surface, so you might not be able to stack palettes on top of it. This would have to be the top of the pile, but I do think it's really pretty. I'm not mad about it. I don't feel like it seems bulky or anything like that. And on the inside, we have 8 beautiful shimmers. We have 3 mattes and 1 kind of satiny shade. That third eye, the dark purple, is a little bit more of a satin than a matte, but it seems to work fine as a matte for me as I used it in my crease today. I'm super excited about the variety of colors in these shimmers. Everything looks pretty different. I'm excited that there are no pressed glitters in here. When this palette first got announced, I thought these were going to be pressed glitters, and that made me very unhappy, but I am happy to say and report that these are not pressed glitters. They are just very chunky shimmers, and I'm here for it. The mattes, they're not anything revolutionary, nothing super exciting, pretty much just basic neutrals, but I do feel like this palette was more so meant to be a companion palette to add shimmers into your looks or like topper shades, things like that. The mattes were definitely not the star of the show for this. I think they're more just in here if you wanted to use them to create a look with this palette alone. This is not a review. This is simply just a first impressions. Can't stress it enough. This is not a review. I've only used it this one time. I can't give you a full review until I've used this a few times, but I did create this look. I had fun creating it. I'll give you my thoughts thus far at the end of the video. Before we hop into it, I do not remember where this choker is from, and my plugs are from Hear No Evil Jewelry on Etsy. They did give me a discount code. It's BeautBean in all caps. It'll save you 10%. I don't make any sort of commission. It's just for you if you want to save some money. Okay, I think I've chatted enough in this intro. I guess let's just move on and play with this palette. And again, I'll give you my thoughts so far at the end of the video. Hi, hello, how's it going? Let's play with this palette. It's gonna be a very shimmer heavy look. Could you have guessed? I will play with a couple of the mattes because I do like mattes in my crease, but I want to play with a lot of these shimmers. We're just going to go ham. I'll probably pop like 2 across my lid, obviously my inner corner. I might pop like 2 on the lower lash line. We're going to play with a lot. It's going to be kind of overkill with the shimmer, but I just want to play with them. They did send over their primer potion in original as well, so I figured we'd use that today. I haven't used their primer potion in years. Why did that brush kind of hurt my eyelid? Why is it scratchy? Just gonna blend this in, and I'm not gonna set it because I don't prefer to do that. Basically, I wanna pop third eye in my outer like corner of my eye, blend it into this hexed shade, and then if I need to, I'll use Antidote to help blend it out even further. I guess I'll use the little Urban Decay brush since it came with the palette. Why not? I'm just gonna use the bigger, fluffier side and pick up third eye, that purple color on that. Something like that. I worked all day. I got off maybe an hour ago. It's 8:30 p.m. right now. I just got this palette in the mail today, and I honestly didn't have anything else to do this evening, so I figured I would film for you guys. I think the addition of the purple in this palette was actually a good idea. I think this purple will suit the shimmers nicely, just based on what the color story looks like. Now that I just have my outer V taken care of, I'm going to dip into Hexed, that more like warmer brown color. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. I only have a little bit of product on this brush because I don't want it to go too overkill. I'm just going to start fluffing at the edges. I fully expect the purple not to be super poppin' now that I have this warm brown over top of it, because orangey tones and purple tend to just neutral out a little bit, but that's okay. I more so wanted the purple there for depth. These mattes seem to be performing okay. They're doing pretty much what I wanted. Not the most revolutionary mattes in the world, but I think they get the job done just fine. Now I'm going to take Antidote, a little bit of that peachy color. Doesn't even show up on the brush, that one right there, on just another fluffy brush, and we're just going to work that around that very outer edge just to get it even softer around the perimeter. I'm just holding the very end of my brush so that I don't have a ton of pressure. I'm just doing little swirls right around that outside edge. Again, it's nothing revolutionary with these mattes, but I think it looks fine enough. I guess we'll move on to the shimmers, which are the more exciting part of this palette anyways. I want this blue shade here. It's OJO. I don't know how to pronounce it. I will look it up, I promise. If I pronounce it wrong, I get so many comments. But I want to have this one fading into jade across the lid. I think maybe blue out here fading into green. I think that might be pretty. Let's try it. I am going to use my NYX Glitter Primer because I use the NYX Glitter Primer with every shimmer ever. It helps everything pop and stick nicely, and it's just my favorite thing. Just using a little packing brush. I'm not necessarily trying to do a cut crease or anything like that in today's look. I really just want these shimmers to just stand out, blend out, be the star of the show, because that kind of is the point of the palette. Dipping into that shimmer blue. I hope these shimmers apply okay with a brush, because with the amount of shimmer work that I want to do, my finger isn't really going to cut it. Ooh, it seems okay enough. I do have to kind of dig in with my brush. It's not intense payoff just with one little tap, but I am getting some fallout. And then I do kind of have to sweep it across the lid. It is working just fine, but it's not necessarily just like lightly tap, lightly tap. I am having to actually kind of get in there. Now let's take Jade, that beautiful looking green. I'm just going to flip that brush over to the cleaner side. And that is going to go on the remaining portion of my lid. You do have to dip in quite a lot with these. Maybe with your finger you wouldn't have to dip in quite as much, but with a brush I am having to dip in a good amount just to get the level of intensity that I want. These would probably work nice as toppers if you just dipped in lightly and just wanted a quick little dibble dabble of something across your lid. That would probably work great. But with me and the level of intensity I want, I have to just dip in a few times. But it is pretty. And I'm really not having to work too hard. Dipping in a few extra times does take a couple extra seconds, but overall it's not behaving bad. Just kind of smudging the edges with that brush that I had to start with to lay down that first darker matte, just so that everything can be nice and blended and blown out. This is going to be a very simple look. We're not doing anything extravagant here. I more so just want to pile as many shimmers as I can on my lid. These shimmers do look really pretty though. I do like the way they look. I like how chunky they look. I like a good chunky shimmer. It makes me happy. For the lower lash line, I was thinking this Bloodstone shade on kind of the outer half and then maybe fade it into Raw Energy. I'm kind of feeling that shade. We'll see what it looks like. See what happens. For the first shade, I'm going to use the Spectrum A13 brush. It's like a smudgy, dense eyeshadow packing brush, but I'm going to use it to just really smudge against my lower lash. I don't always put glitter glue on my lower lash line, but I am today just because I really want to make sure things pop. All right, Bloodstone popped there on my brush. I'm just gonna start smudging that in this outer half of my lid. It's very reflective. It's looking like I got some tears in my eyes. And now just for the other shade, I'm going to use a different brush. This is the Luxie 111. It's just like a little pencil brush. And again, just a little bit of glitter primer just so that my brush is kind of sticky, and then dipping into, I guess we'll use Raw Energy. I think I want to use that shade. Ooh, that's a pretty color. There's like little minty reflex in it. Oh wow, that's cute. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell on camera, but there's like really cute minty reflex in this color. She's very fairy-like. I like this color. I'm going to take that Urban Decay brush again that I used with the first shade, no additional product, just to lightly smudge so that the edge is soft. Just going back with a couple brushes to make sure there's no like harshness. I really like this twinkly lower lash line. I think that's quite lovely. For my inner corner, I thought Opal Aura might be really pretty. Shall we try it? We shall. Oh, she's so cute. I'm actually tempted to put that on my cheekbones. I do already have highlighter on, but that might be a really pretty face highlight. Let's do that. Let's try it out. Definitely not meant to be a highlight, but I use eyeshadows as highlight all the time and it's beautiful. Ooh, look how pearly and opaly that looks. Wow, that's really pretty actually. I really like that shade as a face highlight. I think it's really pretty. Obviously it's hard to totally tell because I already had highlight on, but it definitely transforms and gives a really pretty color to it. And it's really smooth looking for how chunky of a shimmer it is. That just like melted into the skin. That I'm really impressed with. That shade alone, that's a really beautiful color. All right, well, with all that said, I mean, that was pretty much the look. I know it's really quick, but I just smashed 5 shimmers all over my eyes. I'm gonna recreate this on the other eye, throw on like my lashes, eye pencil, lip product, all that good stuff, and I'll be back to just chat about my thoughts so far. I had more fun than I thought I was going to. Alright, this is the look complete. I think it's really pretty. It's obviously nothing revolutionary as far as my crease work goes, but my eyes look so wet and just glitzy and really pretty, and these weren't very hard to work with. Again, I did have to dip in a few times to get the level of just bam that I wanted, but overall this was really quick, and I really like just how wet my eyes look. I'm really happy with the lower lash line. I love that inner corner shade. That Opal Aura, ooh, that is the star of the show in this palette for me so far. So freaking pretty. I really like the way it looks on my cheekbones as well. It's just, it all flows together really nicely. The eye pencil I decided to pair with this is Platinum from NYX. It's a very wet looking eye pencil, and it's just very silvery, and I just thought it would go nicely with that wet glitzy kind of vibe. My lashes are Rouge and Rogue Slayer, and on my lips I went with Sugar Pills Flicker Lip Gloss, and I just really like this overall look. This was fun. I'm very impressed with how wet looking these shimmers look. Definitely something different from Urban Decay that I haven't really seen before. I feel like in the past their shimmers are always just kind of like okay, like they're nothing revolutionary, not horrible, just nothing to shout from the rooftops, but these I'm pretty happy with so far. Alright, I guess let's just zoom out and I will give you my thoughts thus far on the palette. Alright, hello, welcome back. What did you think of my look? How did you feel about these shadows? Did you like how they performed? I would love to hear what you're thinking about this palette so far. Honestly, I'm more excited about this palette than I thought I was going to be. I thought it was going to be very just kind of decent enough. I didn't think it was going to be anything spectacular, but I'm very impressed with how wet and glitzy my eyelids look. Again, I'll say it for like the millionth time. I did have to dip in a few times to build it up to this intensity, but I feel like on their own, just like a quick dip in would be a really nice topper shade if you're into just adding a little bit of glitz on top of whatever eyeshadows you've already laid down, or even on a day where maybe you don't really want to wear a whole lot of eyeshadow, but you just want a little something, you could totally just like tap in, tap a little on there, call it a day. I can't believe how beautiful that one shade is as a face highlight. It's so pretty. The mattes, again, nothing revolutionary. They performed fine, but they're not anything that I would like throw a party over. They're just very basic. They did the job. That's all I can really say. Again, this third eye shade does act more as a satin. It's definitely a little bit creamier of a finish. I know I didn't mention that when I was actually using the shadow. I think I was just caught up in talking. But it is a little bit more of a satin, but I feel like once you blend it out and use the other shades to help blend it out, that satininess doesn't really appear so satiny on the eyes. It all just kind of works out. It doesn't really bother me, and I'm someone who doesn't really like satins. Overall, so far, like, I'm happy enough. I think the eyeshadows perform nicely. I think they're really pretty. If you're really into jewel toned shimmers, this might be up your alley. It is a pricier palette. It's like $54, I believe, but maybe this is your perfect palette. Maybe you're someone who just likes having a palette of shimmers to dip into to pair with other things in your collection. This probably isn't something I would have ran out and bought, but I'm very happy that I have it. Honestly, I'm really happy that I have these shimmers to play with. I will likely dip into that if I just want to do something quick before work. I might just pick one of the shades and tap it on my lid and blend it really quick just to add a little bit of sparkle. But yeah, I'm content so far. This was a good first experience. I'm excited to play with it a little bit more. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me the diamond emoji because I think that's like the only stone in the emoji repertoire. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautMe and follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Please make sure you're staying informed with Black Lives Matter. It's so important. There's a link in my description box that will take you to resources and ways in which you can help. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.